we'll switch over to this for a brief second just to let you know. It says a little bit more time on it. It says 11 minutes, but it said like 30 minutes about 3 minutes ago, so I'm willing to bet that number is probably wrong. But we're going to take a little bit more time for the break as a result, because one of it, I guess, was like making sure that there was enough space for said file, and then it's actually installing now, but the installation is going way faster, as you can see by the number already being pretty much at 50%. So we'll be back in like probably 2 minutes. See, it's already gone down to 8 minutes. I've only been talking for like 45 seconds, and it's gone down by 3 minutes, so I don't expect it'll actually take 8 minutes, but I'll leave it under intermission and see you guys in a few. Here we go. The software has been installed. You can start it from the Wii U menu. Hooray! Very good timing. I walked in and it was like 98% with less than a minute left, so that worked out. Close software. Enter the Wii U menu. I'm hoping you don't have to control this with the gamepad. Probably should have checked that, but I'm going to assume it's the Wii Remote and Nunchuck, which is what I've got in my hands right now. And then Wii Remote and a sensor bar to use the Wii menu. Yep, I know. I've already done that. TV only. Man, look at those giant ears on that yellow guy. They're huge! I'm going to hope it was supposed to go to no signal. Everything cool? We good? Yeah? Alright, cool, we're good. That was not just on y'all's end, and it was not anything to do with the connection again. I guess it just does that because it's probably loading, essentially, you know, the Wii U. Let's start up a new file, shall we? So, Icarus will be playing this tomorrow blind, so I would recommend you don't spoil anything for her. And again, we're probably going to do this in 3 different parts. It'll probably be days 1 through 10 in the first session, 11 through 20 in the second, and then 21 through 30 in the final session. Do I think it will go the full 30 days? Kind of depends on how she plays. If she plays like relatively decent, the last recording session probably will not go the full 30 days. It'll probably go to like 25, 26. But if you wanted to watch somebody play it who's got a little bit more experience under their belt, and I have played through it recently, I think it was 2 weeks ago, I played it over the weekend. Which, again, it's a very short game, so over the weekend is possible. Oh no! We were hit by a rock. I'm gonna turn up the game audio slightly because it is very quiet here. Of course, that might just be on my end. Let me hear how it sounds on y'all's end, as we'd say here in the South. Let's close that and reopen it. The impact site. Also, while we're having me futz with audio settings again, I'll tell y'all a little interesting story while I was on break. No, it was not about the bathroom. Don't get your hopes up. I'm not going to do any of the voices for this one now, because I'll probably do them tomorrow. Provided that Icarus doesn't mash the button again. Seriously, it's not that hard to just not do that. Just why the game after Pikmin, she really wants to pay attention, because if she doesn't, it will end poorly. Alright, so I just need to close, or not close, but lower my audio a little bit. Let's try there. That should work. Cool. Alright. Now that's taken care of. Let's continue on. I'm willing to bet most people already know the whole gimmick with day one. There's no time limit and whatnot, so we'll just run through it pretty quickly here. So, the interesting story while I was on break. As you guys know, my parents refuse to do their laundry, and by refuse, I mean they throw it in the washer eventually after it's piled up so bad they can't do anything about it. And then after it's done washing, they leave it in there for a day, or 2, or 3, or a week, or more, which is very annoying when you're trying to get your laundry done, because then basically, in order to get your laundry done, you have to get their laundry done. Eventually, I'm just going to leave out the wet clothes on their bed, and like by most points, which has gotten moldy, or gotten a moldy smell, which means I have to wash it a second time before I can actually wash my stuff. So eventually I'm just going to start taking it out and leaving it there. Because really, they should know better. But I had to do that last night, and so I had to do the wash for them, again, because it got moldy, and threw the stuff in the dryer because it was whites, mostly socks and whatnot. And then on top of that, which I have not done this before, I folded all of it, I paired all the socks together, and I put it on the front of their, or not on the front of their bed, I put it on my dad's side of the bed because it was primarily his stuff. So all he had to do, everything was folded, all he had to do was put it away. I went in there on break, and it was in the exact same spot with an indentation. So not only did he not do the simple act of putting it away, which again, the drawers are right next to where he sleeps. All he had to do was pick them up and put them in, and it was just like some shirts and some socks, and that was it. Not only did he not do that, he didn't even push them out of the way. He slept on top of them. How lazy do you have to be? Like, are you kidding me? You're too lazy to open a drawer? That's, I'm so glad I'm eventually going to be moving out of here within, like, the next, 8 months or so. Like, that's... Even I'm not that lazy, and I'm pretty lazy. I'll be the first to admit it. That's just, like, that's a new level for me of how lazy can you possibly be. I'll have him grab that. So again, I'm not going to talk too much about the game itself, mostly because we'll be talking about it, when we actually get to playing it. Playing it tomorrow, that is, so for that reason I might talk about things I like about the game, but it'll be a lot of tutorial probably in day one. And by day one, I mean like recording session number 1 for this, because there's a lot of controls and nuances that take some getting used to. And I do agree that Pikmin 2 does a lot of things better than the first game does. That said, I don't really mind games with, like, an overarching time limit, and that's, again, I like Majora's Mask, so that really shouldn't come as that much of a surprise, but it doesn't bother me like it bothers a lot of people. Pikmin 2, you have as much time as you want to complete the day. Pikmin 3, you're on, like, a limited supply of food, but you can get so far ahead that you could play for, like, 70 in-game days as opposed to 30. So, like, you can get so far ahead that it just doesn't matter, and you probably will by day, like, 2 or 3. Alright, boys, you have fun with that box. They've done it. They've pushed a cardboard box. There are a bunch of controls. You don't have to know them because you're not the one playing the game. Okay, so we'll take that. Take that. That. And the rest of you go here. As soon as that guy's out of the way. Alright, cool. I will see you all back at base. Good job, men. And yes, there is a limited number that you can have Pikmin carrying, so if you're wondering why you're not carrying this one pellet back to base and not using like 5 of them, 2 is the limit, so sorry. Yeah, hook a couple more onto here though. I think 10's the limit. It's usually about, like, not always, but for stuff like pellets and whatnot, it's usually twice the minimum amount. So if it's 1, it's 2, if it's 5, it's 10, you get the idea. Somebody is just, like, revving their engine like an idiot outside, so I'm hoping you can't hear that, because it's very annoying. I'm waiting one of these days to hear, like, somebody just, like, mashing the accelerator as loud as they can go and just hear a squealing of tires and a loud crash. And I'm not saying I will laugh, but I will probably laugh. Alright. With that, we have pretty much done the day. But first, let's have some Pikmin hugging this thing. And like I said, we won't go over a lot of this, but I'll keep it in the basics for anybody curious about this quirky little game that has a, not so much a cult following, it's a little bit broader than that, but the overall goal is here is Almar got hit by a meteor, and so he's got 30 days worth of his own version of oxygen to survive on the planet to get the 30 ship parts back that he needs. This is the engine, so of course you kind of need that. Yep, there you go. So the first day you'll only get one part, it will be the engine, and then you'll deviate to other parts of the world and accomplish tasks with your Pikmin in order to get those 30 parts back, and that's pretty much how it goes. 3 endings to the game, one where you fail, one where you get 25 of the 30 parts because some of them are not actually required, and then of course the best ending is getting all 30. And really, if you play the game a lot, like the more you play it, the faster you'll get, and so as a result, you know, I can usually beat the game in half the time limit, roughly, that it gives me to get all 30 parts. Maybe a little bit more, but not by that much. Yay, it's fixed? Question mark? We'll skip all the cutscenes and whatnot. Because again, we'll be seeing most of this tomorrow, so it's not the end of the world if we're a little mash happy on the button. We can only pray Icarus will not do the same. See, I'll play this for like maybe another half hour or so. The days in this game, not counting day 1 because it's not on a time limit, it kind of gets used to the controls, are always 13 minutes, so we'll probably play 3 stages because it's 7:57, 39 minutes, so yeah, probably 3 days would be my guess. I know that should technically go to the yellow Pikmin, but we don't have any yellows right now, so I'm not going to worry about it too much. Yeah, they hogged it all. Not surprising. Alright, we'll get them working on that. All of them. There seems to be one Pikmin that you can never quite get to do what you want. And while they're working on that wall, let's see if we can get the rest of them flowered up here. Nope. Just the one that hogged it. Alright, well that's fine. Get working, boys. There's not really anything else we can do here. You can examine your ship and heal yourself if you need to. This is a rock wall you can't get rid of without bombs. We need yellow Pikmin to carry bombs, even if we had them. But we don't have bombs nor yellow Pikmin, so the only thing we can work on right now is destroying the wall. It's just the grass you can interact with and the pellets. Since we've already done both of those things, now we just wait. And there we go. Excellent. Camera? Thanks. Appreciate that. I think we'll go ahead and start by getting our numbers up a little bit here. To something I can survive with a little bit more handily. Which really I'd be okay for the time being with about 50, so. Let's grab a couple more pellets. And these guys. Fabulous. Concerned about because I don't want them getting too close to that guy. Alright, we're okay. Here's the Eternal Field Dynamo. Yes, I noticed it was there. I'm not an idiot. I may might be stupid, but I'm no dummy, as a wise man once said. Alright, let's get plugging. This might be one reason why you might want to technically save the nectar, is when you get a huge number like this, you might be able to get more flowers more quickly. But at the same time, you also wouldn't be able to take down the wall quite as fast, so, you know, it's kind of a toss-up regardless, isn't it? If nothing else, I know Icarus will like this part because it's literally just smashing the A button over and over. We have a bug Pikmin there, that's nice. I approve of that. Alright, I'm gonna start with the bulb orb up here. Let's get all of those guys. Really, you don't need to take this many to knock out one of these guys. They're not that hard, but the more the merrier, and I need to know how to split my team up effectively in terms of how many I need for each of the ship parts. So in that method, get him! Tragically, the swarming did not work the way it was supposed to, but it's the first Pikmin game, so it usually doesn't. 30. Okay, that should work. Rest of you guys get on that. I didn't expect everyone to be able to carry it back, and that's fine. So we'll use this to get back the numbers we lost, and then get both sets and get the fuel dynamo, and then we'll continue on. I don't think it's going to give us back all of them, but it should give us back a decent chunk. I think it gives like 10 or 15. 12, alright, that's not a bad guess. Yep, we're at noon, that's fine. We're getting back the first part, and we're headed towards the second pretty shortly here. Pretty shortly. There's one. If you're fast enough, you can get 4. I had bad luck with that bulb orb, and so I had to carry it back and get a little bit more Pikmin for my team, but... what are you gonna do, right? Actually, you know, I think I'm gonna fight the bulb orb first and carry it back so I can start working on the wall. In fact, I might not even carry it back. I might save it for yellows. Come on. There you go. There you go. That's what you're supposed to do to kill him. No, I said I was gonna save it. Need 20? Alright. So I need to stop when I'm at 32. There we go. That should be 40. I'll keep them busy while we get this back. And yes, I'm aware there's some nectar that's A in these little rocks up here that you can get, and then there's the other patch of grass that's up there as well. I just didn't feel like getting them. This might be a run of a player who's played the game more, but it's far from a speed run. might be able to pull out a third ship part, maybe. Hooray! One that we can actually physically see. That's always nice. Because, you know, it's just not the same when you actually can't see the substantial increase in how your progress is going. Here comes the cavalry, guys. Oh, right. Can't do that, no map, duh. Let's kill these. Primarily so no one will get distracted with them while we're trying to do something else. And that would be killing you! Plop. Gee, I wonder what this could possibly be. Who's that Pikmin? It's yellow! For those that care and don't know your Pikmin lore, the red Pikmin are the strongest. They have 1.5 battle damage, and they are resistant to fire in this game, as well as other games. I say that because yellow would be resistant to electricity, but electricity is not in this game. As a result, the only things that they can do is they can be thrown farther because their ears apparently allow them to be more aerodynamic, whatever you say. But it allows them to fly farther, so there's some parts only they can get, as well as the fact that they can carry bomb rocks, which is a trait unique to them. Which originally in development was not going to be the case. It was actually going to be all Pikmin types could carry bomb rocks, so I guess they needed something for the yellows to do that was a little bit more effective than, oh, you can fly farther. Probably because it doesn't get used that much, but what do I know? You've done it. You found the bomb. I'm proud of you. Okay, that takes care of that. I need, like, one of you. You'll do. I don't care more if you take it, as long as you don't take it back to red, because I want it to go to yellow. And you know what, let's just go crazy. Ow, that's not what I had in mind. I didn't aim to my face. I like my face where it is, thanks. So they'll take that back to base, which is the radar, which is one of the more useful parts because we can actually see what we're doing. So let's get that going a little faster. I don't know why you're taking it that way, but you have fun with that. Hey. Hey! Knock it off. That's not for you. That will be for yellows. Camera, I'd love to be able to see what I'm doing here. Yeah, I know. Go up your friend. Except go help your friend. Or don't go help your friend, that's fine too. Ooh, pretty. Okay, just make sure. Couple yellows there, everybody else is back in base. Spread Pikmin, that's all fine and good. Yep, 2 left in the ground, but that's okay. As long as we're not getting left behind. Which apparently we still left one behind somehow. Lovely. And since I'm hearing some noise in the kitchen, even though people were supposed to be going to a football game, I guess they're not. So, in that regard, since we are at the end of day 2 here, got 3 parts, not too shabby. All things considered, that is a little bit of a preview of what we'll be seeing tomorrow, though we'll have much, much more failure, I can almost assure you that. So, I will see you guys tomorrow at either 5 or 5:30 Central Standard Time for Pikmin. That will be updated, of course, on the Discord page, and you can always check for updates on there. You can also follow me on Twitter to get that updates, Facebook as well. Those are both at Pitmarthroy or Pitmarthroy on Facebook. Either one works. Most people don't use that anymore, but that's totally fine. Twitter's kind of getting outdated apparently now, too, but who can really say? Regardless, Discord's probably the best way to find out about the updates, as it will give you an update for the entire week. But I will see you guys tomorrow at 5:30 or 5. It will probably be 5:30 since this is going to be a bit of a shorter project. Central Standard Time for Let's Play at Pikmin Blind with Icarus. Oh, and what a joy it will be. See you guys then. Oh, we should find a raid target. How dare I just not do that? We should, of course, be nice. We can't just not do that. Is anybody that I know streaming right now? Ooh, Super Metroid. Always down with that. Yeah, I can hear some noise going on in there, so I'm definitely gonna have to head off. Lame. Alright. In the meantime, thank you all very much for watching, and I hope to see you tomorrow for some shenanigans. It'll be wonderful. So come on down and enjoy the party. Till then, you guys, take care.